Yo, StreamYard has been bugging, bro. But live from the 718 where everything is great.
Yes, sir.
Where you never show a hungry man your plate.
Yes, sir.
We got the star of the show back in again.
Or tell a broke man your plan.
That's I better not be telling no one mine because I'm broke. Finally back with the star of the show, the partner in crime, the man of the hour, Obsession. And me and him had a conversation the other day, as per this topic. Basically, who's the biggest simp? In news lately, Nick Cannon is expecting his 9th and 10th child almost concurrently, simultaneously. And we got Irvgotti, who's on this Murder Inc. documentary and on Drink Champs, who keep talking about his past relations with Ashanti. And so yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I personally think both of them are bad examples of how to behave when you have a form of celebrity or a form of wealth in your community. I think it's almost irresponsible the way they've been acting. And we just want to touch on that a little bit. My man, 150,000 grand. Obsession told me he doesn't think Nick Cannon's a simp.
I don't.
Okay, I need you to elaborate on that.
Well, first of all, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How do you define simp?
I define simp in where you just don't have a touch of reality in the nuances of why women will like or will not like you.
Okay, this is why we disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
A simp. A couple of definitions.
Go ahead, give me your definition.
Okay, one is a simple one. It's someone who will do anything for mediocre pussy. That's
for mediocre
pussy. Someone who will do anything for mediocre pussy. That is one definition. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. Simp is also a slang for a person, typically a man, who is desperate for attention and or affection from someone who is typically a woman. Mm-hmm. Okay. A simp is also.
Oh Lord Jesus, he's going to the mountaintop.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's used as an insult.
Okay.
For men who are seen too attentive and submissive to women.
Okay.
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 Especially out of failed hope.
Okay.
For sexual attention.
That was a very, very well served up word salad, and there's a great definition.
Okay, no. Hold up, brother.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold up. So, with that being said,
okay,
Nick Cannon is none of those things.
He's not.
He's none of those things.
Okay.
Okay. As I know what a simp is to be.
Okay.
That does not describe Nick Cannon. Now, Irvgotti, on the other hand, I don't even know if he necessarily falls under the title simp. I think he's more of a bitch.
Jesus.
He's butthurt. And he's talking about shit that's 20 years old.
That's not simpish?
Well, yeah, you know what? You're right. That's simpish.
Okay. Now, let me tell you, okay, this is why Nick Cannon's a simp. And we got our resident honest woman with us today, Zora the Explorer, aka Randy. This is why Nick Cannon's a simp, in my humble subjective opinion. I don't have a problem with him having 100 children. I do feel that when you allow your ego and your celebrity to get in front of your better judgment when dealing with women, you become a simp. Because at the end of the day, you may not agree with this, but most men I've talked to so far do. Nick Cannon's not an ugly guy, right? Is he funny? Subjectively, in my opinion, hell no. Is he a great actor? Hell no. Do I know one thing he's good at? Making money. Now, I've been around him in intimate settings about 3 times. So I'm not going to get into no personal stuff, but I will say is I don't see a woman even like considering you having concurrent babies and sleeping with all of them unprotected, and then it's like, well, I got the money to take care of them. I don't have the time to take care of them, which we're gonna get into later when we share our screen. I don't really have the time to take care of them, but I want, because like, what woman is gonna let the construction worker say, yeah, you cute, so I understand you want more than one woman, and you want me to have your kid, and you want her to have your kid, and you want her to have your kid. I don't see that happening. And I think once you allow, now you're talking about 10 children. So I think it's by like 6 different women now, because he got 3 by 1. And it's like, what if 2 of those women just say, yo, I'm kind of tired of this. Financially? What? Yo, that's, to me, that's when you let your guard down like that, that's kind of simpish. And you let your ego, like, listen, I get it. You got bread, and you know these, because which one of these women who are most of them are models, C-list Instagram models, which one of these women, if he's just, let's say he's just a comedian, I'm talking about, now comedians get vagina, I get it, they travel, but which one of them saying, yeah, all right, so you got 10, you're gonna have like 6 of us, 7, 8 of us, and you all gonna have kids. I'm down with that. What's the odds of that happening?
The odds are very low.
Thank you.
I mean, them saying that.
I'm gonna let you finish, brother, because
that's
saying that knowing. I feel like a woman saying that. Well, no, I can't say that because peace obsession. My bad too. Peace, everybody.
How you doing?
I just jumped in and started talking.
Oh, it's all good. Do your thing.
Like we talked about this before. Like, as a regular schmegular woman, I dated a man with 5 children. It didn't bother me that he had 5 kids. I knew how many baby mothers he had. I dealt with him because he took care of his children. That was what was important to me. It wasn't how many kids he had. Like, did he take care of his kids financially? Did he spend time with them? And he did. But at the same time, I'm so grateful that the universe and God saw fit to remove him from my life. Because now, I'm good. And I definitely wouldn't. My point is, it all depends on the female. And I feel like these women, I don't know them, they story or nothing, but it appears that they specifically wanted to date a dude with money and have a kid with him, so they would know that they would know that they was taken care of. Because no woman in her right mind would date a guy that got 10 kids, 7 different baby mothers. I don't care what he doing for them kids. I agree
with all of that.
Thank you.
I agree with all of that. But see, here's the thing.
Hold that before you go in. Hey, Mo, share the YouTube link, because the Facebook one, StreamYard is acting up. So share the YouTube link. Mo, go ahead. Obsession.
Okay. Simps operate from a place of powerlessness. They don't have the upper hand. They do what they do to curry favor. Okay. Nick Cannon is not in a position of powerlessness. He's not. He's not. These women are lining up to have kids with him. He's a millionaire. He's not marrying them where they could take half his bread. Okay. He know, well, if I have a child, it's going to cost me this much in child support. I need to put this much money away. These are conscious decisions. These aren't things that simps do. Simps do things like they take women to dinner in hopes. Okay. You know that this woman is at least an 8 or a 9, and you a 5, maybe a 4. And you do things in hopes that this 8 or this 9 give you just a sniff of the punani. So you opening doors, you being nice, you buying dinners, you buying drinks, you doing everything you can. That is simping. Okay,
I agree with that.
That they operate from a place of powerlessness. Nick Cannon is not operating from a place of powerlessness.
I
disagree with you when it comes to him being a simp.
I totally disagree that he's in power now. Once you got that many children by that many women, are you really in power?
Listen, if you
at a position of power?
If you have the money, you are. If you can afford to pay for those children, then it's not a problem. Now, if you blue collar Joe and you got 10 kids and you working in the factory somewhere, or you a garbage man and you got 10 kids, you in trouble. Because
see,
how far is that gonna go?
Y'all. I don't even care about the money aspect. Listen, my mother never put. Hear me out.
I'm listening. Go ahead, Randy.
My mother never put my father on child support. My mother never put my sister's father on child support. Now, on the other hand, my ex-husband was on child support because we agreed to something and he didn't hold up his end of the bargain. So the judge saw fit to make sure that I got it.
And you sound like you're a serious person too, but continue.
And I still didn't stick, but bust it. I still didn't stick it to him.
She said,
I still didn't stick it. And the judge, hear me out.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
The judge was like, that's all you want? I said, well, that's what we agreed upon. So I just wanted to do what he said he's going to do. And the judge was like, you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. All right, cool, bet, right? So now back to the point of the kids. The money aspect, yes, is 100% important because that child support, it do help me run my household. But in the same breath, what was most important to me was that my daughter knew her father, that my daughter sees her father, saw her father, especially when she was younger. That's what I complained about the most. I never complained to my ex-husband about, I need this money to do, because I'm going to take care of her. There's no question that I will go work at the Family Dollar down the street part-time if I needed to keep a roof over our head.
Tabernacle.
So I'm never really looking for his money. It's good to have it. I ain't gonna say that, but I'm gonna take care of mine. But what was most important was the time. Your kids really knowing you, and with that many kids, that many different mothers, how is he really giving? I mean, I don't know that man life, but how do you really give time to all of those kids?
I agree with you
in a manner that they deserve.
I agree with you, and I listen. I'm not saying what he's doing is right, not even in the slightest sense. Okay, I think he's bugging out for having all these kids with all these women. I'm not here trying to defend that. I would never do that. That's crazy to have all these kids with all these women. That's crazy. I'm just saying a simp operates from a place of powerlessness and submissiveness. And Nick Cannon is not operating from a place of powerlessness nor submissiveness.
I would say in the sense of his money, in the sense of his ability to be able to hold power in that sense.
Only if he don't have it, which we know he has it. He has more than $1 million for each child already. Let's be clear. He has the money. It's not like he don't have the money.
But this was the same man that was crying broke when they was taking Wildin' Out for him, talking about he's gonna commit suicide.
We already know.
Now listen. Okay, okay. So we're gonna play both sides of that coin then. So he's also the same man that once he had his 6th child said, I'm done. And once he had his 7th child, he said, I'm done.
See, he's obviously going through something. There's something. That does not mean he's a simp. That means that's something else going on.
He's definitely.
He talked about his mortality and all of that. Yes, I get it. I get that. But listen, man, I'm not condoning his behavior at all. I would never do that.
Okay.
My only argument is that I can't put him in the simp box.
Okay, so
Derek Jackson, on the other hand,
Derek Jackson's a simp.
Is a simp, right?
Derek Jackson's a right. See, there's different gradients.
Derek Jackson and Nick Cannon are not in the same box.
Yeah, they're 2 different genres of simp.
Oh, come on. Now we got simp categories.
Yes. We did a show, Thirsty Man.
This is terrible. I was getting ready to ask y'all who Derek Jackson was, but then I remembered the meme.
Randy, you know better than that.
For real, I do now. I was getting ready. I'm far removed from when you
social
call
media.
Me, I gotta go look to see.
You gotta do your homework.
Let me go look. What we talking about? Let me look this up real quick.
Hey Mo, get ready to share your screen, Mo, for the Irvgotti Ashanti joint I sent you.
Mr. Butthurt.
Yeah, I thought that was the first thing I said when he said what he said. I was like, yo, how you still hurt from that? That's kind of scary.
20 years ago.
That's some simp stuff. That's
definitely simp stuff there for sure.
See, now I can rock with you to a certain degree with Irv. I'm right there with you.
Hey, Randy, mute your mic.
Nah, that didn't work last time.
I'm talking about Randy.
Okay. Right.
You want me to play?
Yeah, play it, Mo.
That was immediate. Something
fair
that
use.
When I watched Ashanti,
Make sure it's up as loud as it could be.
Immediately said, "Where's God? Mr. Lorenzo's not there." Yeah. What? And I felt like he was a hater. I kind of did.
I'm not a hater.
I'm not a hater. I just felt like
I'm not invited. I'm not invited to those things. With me and her ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
We don't
get along.
You gotta go though. I felt like me looking for the outsider looking in. That's the insider. That's the outsider. But the outsider looking in, nonetheless. Right? Right? You understand that? I know you probably didn't, but you did.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You see what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I just want, because I wanted like it felt
I'm
good.
never a hater.
No.
So anyone out there,
rephrase that.
Remove. I am never a hater.
Yeah.
Me
I'll rephrase that.
Me and Ashanti created and made history.
Right.
Right. But I don't see eye to eye with her anymore.
Let me explain what I meant. Right.
Fair use. Mo. Fast forward like 3 minutes up.
I always pronounce his name wrong, and I got to see Jay.
Did the doc. We tried to get Ashanti 3 different times. She turned.
There we go, right there. Right there.
Every time. So what I like to say is just the other side. We've tried when we flirted with the idea of doing the Murder Inc. Union tour.
I love that idea.
Yeah, she turned it down. I'm never fucking with y'all.
Yo, join us. Oh, you got advertisement. Pause it. All right, make a short story shorter. My man Obsession is right. Irv is butthurt. But I think once again, this is where the simping of Irv comes in at.
I think it's back.
All right, go ahead.
It's about the Masters, because I watched the Breakfast Club.
Listen. Let's speak on the Masters. I know that's gonna come up. First of all, I'm not like Lucien Grange.
From Empire?
No, Lucien Grange runs the Universal Music.
Oh, that's when Kanye's talking about I'm not Lucien? Yeah. I didn't know that's what he thought.
Lucien Grange.
Holy shit. I'll let you know I ain't getting that much money. Calm down.
Lucien Grange ain't giving nobody back their Masters. Wow. And he owns thousands of them. I own a hot maybe 25.
Right.
Lucien Grange wasn't in the studio with you making those records.
Right.
I made those Ashanti records.
He has a point there.
Oh, I made those records. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wrote them, but she wrote them with the help of me telling her what to write. Mm-hmm. And all of y'all, whoever knows me, I don't lie. Mm-hmm. I'm not a liar. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I helped make those records.
Right.
So
fair use.
I own them.
Right.
Like here, me and Rue was talking today, and I'm not gonna say no. But it's like artists. I never signed my artists to 360 deals.
Right.
I never said give me some of your show money or.
And Leo's your mentor. You could have.
Because Leo's a 360 motherfucker.
He is 360. You look up 360.
Pause it right there, Mo.
But I never.
Obsession. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Listening to that, right? Because if you listen to this whole clip, he melded somewhat of his personal feelings with her into business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if she and him would have stayed together, let's just say for another 4 to 5, let's say Nelly doesn't ever come in the picture, but they run their course dating, right? And then they separate. You think he gives her masters?
No.
You still don't think he gives her masters?
No, I don't think so.
I agree. I still don't think he's gonna give them to him.
Like no, he's definitely not gonna give it to her now.
It's a business and an intimate relationship flex, and to me, it sounds like he was dumb in love with her, and she might have really fucked with him the long way and been in love with him or whatever. But for her, the relationship is done. Or again, we don't know what went on in a relationship. So the way she feel, it may come from a deeper rooted. Because I know how that feel. Like not even with a 10-foot pole, I'm good. So you know what I'm saying. So it's a bunch of stuff. But for him to when he got in the personal realm of a relationship, right. I thought he was corny for that to still be that emotionally attached to it.
I agree.
100%.
I agree. Like you didn't have to bring all that up. You could have kept it about the business aspect of it. You didn't have to go into the whole, I didn't know we broke up. I just saw on TV with Nelly and pa. Like, you a whole married man out here doing your thing. You're not begging for nothing. You're not wanting for nothing. You still filthy rich.
Facts.
I think he's probably about 300 million.
He just signed that $300 million deal.
Let's not act like you really screwed up in the game. Like, you didn't need to talk about this. I guess, that would have been the jumping off point to get people looking at you again, because you know how people feel about, especially discussing black women publicly, or a black celebrity and trying to put them in a negative light. Black female celebrity, let me get it right. The sisterhood wouldn't stand for that. So they was going to make your name trend. So that could have been a little PR move as well. But definitely, man, he was tripping for that. Like, please, come on. It's corny.
He definitely was tripping. He definitely was tripping with that. Mo, fast forward till about the 7-minute mark.
Okay, and let me, when she be on the shows and she's like, I'm gonna spritz it up and jazz it up. Is this the camera?
Yes.
Ashanti, you cannot spritz it up. You cannot jazz it up.
Hating.
You put some spritzy and jazz it up. It's not a cover. So when it's not a cover, now it has to come back to me to clear it. Let me give you an example, Ashanti. We had this record with Vita called Justify My Love, the Madonna shit.
Yes, I remember.
We redid that record and we spritzed it up. Vita spit a verse. Madonna said, rejected, no. That's my classic. We took the verse off and we made that record identically the same. To Lenny Kravitz, his ad-libs. Ashanti did the ad-libs, but we had to make it identical. If you change anything, it reverts back to the writers to clear it. Wow. Let me just give you the answer now. No. No. So it's up to you and whatever bullshit players and musicians you have to recreate the magic that we made, me, Chink, and Seven.
See, now
there you go. Pause it. I was gonna go ahead.
See, now right there, I feel like if they were still cool,
right,
then she would have been able to rock. It wouldn't have been no issue. But that's where the petty come in.
Right.
It was like, nah.
He was real spicy.
Yeah, that's where the petty come in right there. Because if they were still on the same page and they wasn't on bad terms, then that wouldn't have been an issue.
It wouldn't have.
But that's absolutely from the whole you messed with Nelly kind of energy.
You see how he called her BS band and all these people and spritz it up? If he was still with her, it would have been, ooh, spritz it, girl. That's my girl, right? And you know what? I hate to admit it. He's the bigger simp out of all of this, right? If Mo just go into like the 10-minute mark and just let that little piece play, and then we'll take the screen down and then we'll get into this conversation. But yeah, he was the biggest simp, because me rewatching this clip, how much he melded the business and their personal relationship to kind of like give you this narrative of her not really even being talented. I wrote all the songs, I made all the beats, me and Chink, you know what I'm saying? Even though Seven Aurelius really made it, he the one that won that lawsuit. But I think it's real weird. But press play, Mo, and we'll just go into this last piece of the clip.
We're supposed to make some noise to that. I believe we got to make some noise to that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it.
About to go into an ad.
You got to get you a pop blocker.
I thought I muted it.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Nah, don't worry about it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We struggle streaming.
Mm-hmm.
We struggle streaming live from the studio.
No, not just the catalog, not just the catalog, but to give me funding for visionary ideas. Wow. So what we're looking at now is I will own my TV. I will own my movies that I make. I am fully funded with a partner. I have like a 200 million line of credit where I can go out and be who I'm supposed to be in this motherfucker. So not just, it was a conversation actually I had with Mark Lazary. Mark Lazary is a billionaire friend. He owns the Milwaukee Bucks. And I was over his house one day. It's a beautiful home.
Pause that, Mo.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here.
So you could take your screen down. Here's the thing, right? When you get that type of money, when is it time for you to like let that whole thing be? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is it time? Because she's not responding to him. She's not coming back. You know how many times they did Murder Inc. reunion tours and she would not show up? So 20 years later, we're still talking about it. And this is why no matter how much money you may have, you can still be a simp. Am I wrong about that?
That's the truth.
Because here's my thing. I get it. When you're in if me and Randy were married and we had a business together, right? Yes, there will always be a form of collateral damage that will take place if it dissolves. But comes a time where Randy might find someone else. I may find someone else, and you just got to move on. Is her vagina that good, or is like he really is that butthurt?
But let's just jump in and call a spade a spade. Hurt people hurt people. Yeah, it sounds real simple, but the truth is just that simple. So him doing and saying all the stuff he doing is only coming from a place of hurt. He hurt and he hasn't dealt with whatever it is. And that's just my semi-professional opinion and knowing what I know.
You Christina today, yo.
And knowing what I know about life and relationships. And
no piranha though, no piranha.
But you know, he sounds like a hurt kid. You know what I'm saying? And money doesn't make you a better person. Money, if you're an asshole, you're gonna be an asshole with money if that's who you choose to be.
Totally agree.
So like the money, and we already know that because we seen dudes in the hood with money that still can't dress. They just be country. They be just as country.
Yes, Lord.
Because they got on Gucci. They think they doing it. No, you still look a hot mess.
You are saying the Lord. You are doing the Lord's work saying that.
Got on Gucci.
You are absolutely, unequivocally, unadulteratedly correct.
Like I was watching the Locks versus Dipset again last night. And I was looking at Juice Santana. I was like, who was your stylist? Like, who? None of these cats saw fit to tell you that you look batshit crazy.
I mean, they stuck, but
like it was like he pulled everything out the trunk. Was like, nah, give me that. Nah, I want a little bit of sparkle over here with a little bit of Gumby on the side. Like,
yeah, it was too much going on.
Yo, he was trying to relive his 20s so bad. Right?
It was too much going on.
You know, the locks look like they just came off the bodega, right?
Yo, I loved every second.
Right,
of it,
they came out the bodega, and these dudes look like they came straight out of an old boy video, right? Like we're never gonna recapture that look.
Nah.
As my man Obsession says, the toothpaste is out the tube.
It's pretty much over.
Is out the tube. Man, we have another celebrity, the Reverend Dollar DMG.
What up?
Hey, I know you probably
Green. I'm happy to have you on, brother.
Yeah. I know you probably didn't get a chance to see us share our screen.
No.
But do you feel like I feel, because me and Obsession disagree, that Nick Cannon is a simp from impregnating all of these random women with all of these children and putting his finances in a damn possible chokehold? Or do you think he's just living life? He got like a mental illness. He just said, fuck it.
I'm a little conflicted on this one.
Mm-hmm.
With Nick Cannon, it's kind of twofold. I think the brother definitely going through something. I don't know. You know, he has is it lupus?
Lupus.
And you know that's a disease that, you know, it take you up and down through there, from what I understand.
Facts.
So he definitely concerned with his mortality, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, like they say on Paid in Full, people die every day, B. So he's seeing that constantly. You know, you constantly watching people leave this existence.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand why that's, you know, this sudden need to leave your mark on this world, and really the only I don't want to say real way, but substantial or meaningful way that you can in some people's eyes.
Okay.
So I get that. Where I feel he's simping is his rhetoric with regards to the reason.
I agree.
And his the excuses and you know, the talk with regards to the women he choosing, because he could have did that with one female or two females if he wanted to.
I said that to Randy earlier. Didn't I say that, Randy?
And that money that he making off of you know, his entertainment empire could have been consolidated. Instead, now you spreading it out. Because remember, I told my son, because of the ideas he have that could bring him a substantial amount of money with regards to entertainment, I told him not to get married. Because why should you share your wealth with somebody who didn't contribute to this creative process that you're going through basically now, since you've been 12 years old, because he's only 15 now. Right. And so for me, I think the simp part comes in with the way in which he's going about it. Do I understand why him and his illness and why he may feel the need to do it? I do. I just think the simp part comes in with the way in which he operates.
I agree.
If that makes sense.
Obsessed, you got anything to?
I mean, I know he wasn't on the screen when I said what I said earlier, but to reiterate, simps operate from a place of powerlessness. They do things to curry favor with women. Nick Cannon is not operating from a place of powerlessness, and he's not doing things to curry favor with women. He's doing what he wants to do himself. This isn't, hey, let me do this for you in hopes that you would do something for me. That's how simps move. So I can't put Nick in the simp box just based off that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that what he's doing is right. I'm just saying I can't call him a simp.
So DNG, me and you are definitely on the same wavelength. I understand what he's saying, but I don't see, to me, a simp is not also a person that works out of being powerless, right? Because to me, would you consider Steve Harvey a simp?
Oh, no. Steve Harvey is a panderer.
He's a panderer, but he's not. But he's pandering a form of simp?
It's. I guess you could kind of, sort of, but no, not too. I mean, he's a panderer. It's a difference.
So is Derek Jackson a panderer?
Oh no, Derek Jackson is just telling women what they want to hear. He's a panderer and he's a simp. Wouldn't that make
him a panderer?
He's a panderer and a simp. Derek Jackson. I don't know if I can say that about Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey is a simp and a panderer.
I don't know, man.
Why
I don't know.
Steve Harvey a simp?
I don't know. I don't know if I can
Steve
call him
Harvey
a simp.
Because it's like, I get it. It's Hollywood, right? And Hollywood is Camelot. You understand where I'm coming from? Meaning you always got to sell something. Obsession knows this. I know this, being in there long and being in that industry along, like everyone's story. Think about it. Rick Ross tried his best to hide he was a CEO, right? So he had to be a drug dealer. So Steve Harvey himself, who left his first two wives and then found a drug dealer's girlfriend, had created this whole story about he saw her in the back of a comedy club, and I pointed her out, and I said, "That's gonna be my wife." And like, what? Right? It's just that's simping to me.
I don't understand why couldn't he have felt that way. I don't think that's simping.
I don't think so.
That's simping,
I do not agree with
I
you.
said, yo, I met me a bust down from Memphis.
Nah,
she's my wife.
Did he know that when he saw her? I mean, just seeing her, he didn't know that.
But
he didn't see her and know that.
Pause. I gotta listen. I feel like y'all are way Drought always known this. You are way too cynical and way too black and white about everything.
I'm Capricorn.
And
I'm sorry.
I really feel that when it comes to relationships, not everybody's relationship is kind of a black and white thing. There are things that happen where you kind of it's possible to know when you meet somebody like, yo, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the one.
Randy, I agree with you 100%. Okay. I remember seeing my son's mother for the first time, and I said, I got to have her. Ooh. Just did that make me a simp because I saw something I like and went for it?
No, it doesn't.
All right.
But
then if he said he saw Marjorie and said that's gonna be my wife, I can't call him a simp for that.
I had no problem with that's gonna be my wife part. But don't, if you knew that you met her a different way, and you just thought, yo, you bad. You gonna forget my second one. You bad. You coming with me. It's just, yo. I understand.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with an elaborate story. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not telling the story no more how I got engaged, because if I told it, it'll make you sad and be like, why did you do that? So I'm not gonna tell that story. I am going to tell the story of how I am going to be engaged. I can't tell that story. So why that man can't tell the romantic story that he's tell
make up the
about that woman
the Disney
that he
version,
loved.
right?
Exactly. I want my Disney version. I'm tired of telling the struggle love story.
You're right. See, I love the story of my brother DMG, who knew his wife since the sandbox in second grade, broke half of his cookie and said, "Here, would you be my wife?" And they married to this day.
Facts.
But see, that's real. Not me performing in my suit in the comedy club and assault my wife at the back.
And listen, man, sometimes it's like that. You don't always get to meet your girlfriend in the sandbox, bro.
Yeah, like
I agree.
I mean, it's just like that. Everybody don't have DMC story.
I'm thoroughly happy. Like, I'm excited that that's his story. I think that's beautiful. So I would like to harvest for myself and manifest for myself that love story that felt like I met him in the sandbox. And that's how I'm gonna tell it, man. It felt like I known him my whole life.
There you go.
I met him last week.
You ain't gonna tell your next child, like, yeah, I met him getting tips at the street.
Okay, so LaDawn said just tell the real story.
Thank you, LaDawn. Thank you.
Just tell the real story. And that's the thing. This is why Steve Harvey is simp.
Thank you.
Steve Harvey is simp because not only do he embellish his story with his wife, who clearly has a history of choosing men of means. So you was a safe man of means, but okay, cool. That I'm happy for you. She fine. I'm happy.
She is
cool.
Listen,
but he also a simp because see this idea that simps operate from a place of disadvantage is not always true, because
facts.
Simps sometimes come into a place of advantage. Just they were a simp once upon a time, and then they became a simp with money. And Steve Harvey is a simp with money, and Nick Cannon, while he may not be a simp, the same type of simp that Steve Harvey was, he still was a simp in that, you know, he may have had the awkward look in high school. I went through it. You know, I met my wife in second grade, started trying to talk to her in sixth grade. I didn't get her till I was a junior because, you know, I hadn't grew into these pointy ears and the big teeth and the big lips yet. So she's been checking for me. I'm keeping it a buck.
Yeah, you keeping it 120.
Yeah, I was a frog. She waited till I turned into a prince. But Nick Cannon had his awkward years, and he had that simp phase. And then when he came into himself and became a man of means, he lost his mind. And we understand that. So just because he operating from a place of power don't mean he lost the simp mentality.
Okay, so let me ask you something, DMG.
Same thing with Steve Harvey.
DMG, let me ask you something.
Go ahead, bro.
Were you a simp when you was trying to get your girlfriend?
No.
All right, stop right there. Stop. Hold up. Stop right there. Stop right there, brother. Stop right there. Stop right there. You just said that they had their awkward phase when they didn't grow into themselves yet, and they was awkward, and you went through the same thing. You weren't a simp then, so why does that mean they were simps then? If you're not,
because I don't display simp behavior now. They do.
So Nick Cannon is displaying simp behavior. Please, I'm not talking about Steve. Right. Explain to me how Nick is displaying simp behavior.
Okay. like I said, when you go about, not like I said, his illness, then him looking at his mortality, I understand that with regards to you wanting to have as many kids as you want, right? But now when you take a particular type of woman and you prop her up, even though you know she probably don't deserve to be propped up.
That's something Obsession once said.
And you doing this on a regular basis, and you putting kids in her. Now you have to line that female pockets. You displaying.
Now here's the question though. Here's the question. Is he doing that for her, or is he doing that for him?
But
it matters. It matters.
It don't though.
It does matter. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. See, simps, the way simps operate. Okay, let's say it was a dude trying to get with Randy.
Okay.
And Randy was out of his league. Randy's not really feeling this dude, but this dude is willing to pick Randy up and take her to work. He's willing to pay a couple bills. He's willing to drop off some food, whatever it takes, just to maybe, hopefully, someday she'll give him a sniff of the coochie. See, now that's simping. But now when you don't have to do any of that, and you like, you know what? I want to have a baby. I choose you. Okay. I choose you. That's coming from a place of power. That's not coming from a place of simping. Okay? You are picking and choosing.
I'm gonna jump in on the Obsession team.
I can't get with it.
You are picking and choosing.
Let me jump in, Dre. I'm gonna jump in.
Go ahead, Queen. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna jump in on Obsession team and say that all that is just a powerful co-creating situation, because the same thing that he's giving is the same thing that she is wanting. If I was the type of woman, and the example that Obsession just said, if I was that type of woman that knew that a man liked me and I knew I had no intentions of doing anything other than using him for whatever he's offering that suits my needs at the time, I am a co-creator in that situation. His position can only exist because my position exists. So
thank you.
I don't disagree with that.
This is a co-creating situation here. So just as simp as Nick Cannon is just as simp as the chicks that's choosing to deal with him are.
No, it's just that's just their motive.
I think we making a mistake, and shout out to the master teacher Obsession. But I think we making a mistake of thinking that it's like one kind of simp.
Thank you.
You see what I mean?
I see. I don't know, man. Like, see, now we want to have all these broad, broad
definitions. Like, but that's so then we'll end up talking in circles.
Exactly.
Is a simp.
We need a specific definition of what it is.
Hold on, real quick. Is it one?
Hold on, DMG. Hold on, DMG. Mo put up the comment. She said, Urban Dictionary's top definition of a simp is someone who does way too much for a person that they like.
There you go.
So that's veering towards Obsession.
Thank you.
But that also veers towards me with that Steve Harvey shit.
Let me give myself a round of applause.
That's right in the middle of both of us, though.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen. That's why we having the discussion, right? We can disagree.
Do we really think? Do we think Nick Cannon ain't doing way too much?
He always does.
Listen, I don't agree with what he's doing, but I just can't put him in the simp box. I've seen some simping, and that's not simping.
Yeah, I can't put him in the simp box either.
We gotta go by the definition of simping. Nah, I would have to disagree that he can't be placed in a simp box.
Hold on, Randy. Chris said, go ahead, Chris. You say he's not a simp. Go ahead.
No, he cannot be a simp. He got so many baby mothers. How can he be a simp?
I don't know. I disagree.
When you're a simp, you can't get a woman without doing extra for her.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. And I don't want to cut you, right? But I just want to jump in here real quick. Last night, no, hear me.
Go ahead.
Last night, my oldest son came from Jersey, and we went up to this restaurant on DeKalb Avenue just to kick back. He had just came back from Mexico. He went down there with some girl or whatever. And, he just wanted to kick it with me, like, Pops, I don't know if I might have kids. Like, we was having that kind of conversation just based on the type of women that's in his age group. You know how these Gen Zs is looking crazy, right? So we having that conversation. Next to us is this couple came in, guy and a girl. The chick, she sat on one side, he sat on the other. They had a bench on the side that the young lady was sitting on, the round table in the middle, and a regular chair on the other side. The brother was sitting in the regular chair. She was sitting on the bench. A little while goes by, he gets up and sits on the bench beside her.
Okay.
She says, "Why are you sitting over here? There's a limited space." That's the word she uses. There's limited space over here. Why are you over here? Now, it's plenty of space. It's limited space. And he was like, "Well, that chair's uncomfortable. I'd rather sit here next to you." Okay. She said, "I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to sit on the other side because you crowding me." Now, a brother like me, once she got up and moved to the other side, I was like, keep on moving. Let's move our ass back to the car because the date is over. Because you just curved me in front of this whole restaurant.
Right.
Right? But what did he do? He sat there like, "You okay? You all right? Is the ambiance all right? How's your drink?" And I'm looking at him like, "Bro, you finished. You don't know that you done?"
Oh, rewind that. He capitulated.
She moved to his seat now. He over there where she just was. That's a curve. She curved him.
That's a curve.
Right? She don't want you sitting next to her.
Yeah,
and immediately you went into "You all right? Is your drink okay? You need to refresh your drink.
Do you need extra ice, baby?
Do you like the ambiance?" They went there.
Wild.
It was over with. I'm like, "Bro, you finished. You just gonna pay for this meal and she gonna go about her business." Now, he was simping.
I agree.
For sure.
He was supposed to just cut it off, cut your losses, take her home, brother. Put in the Uber, go about your business. Go in the bar and try to roll a dice. See what you get.
I agree.
See, now that is simping.
I agree with that too.
Okay, that's my point.
That's a form of simping.
I agree. It's more than one way to simp.
There you go.
I agree with that.
It's more than one circumstance. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all, it's more than one circumstance.
Hold on, DMG. I'm gonna let you go.
It's not more than one way.
It's so many. There's so many ways. Yeah.
Exactly. And Chris, now in Houston, right? What did you tell me 2 days straight? Houston is what? The finesse capital.
Yeah.
Right? So if I built my wealth up, right? Mm-hmm. And let's just say regular Andre's not used to like women, right? I'm used to getting okay women, women. You dig where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
But I get to Houston with some money now, and I see all these Mexican women. Y'all got flavors down there. Y'all got Mexican women shaped like black women, Chinese women shaped like black women, black women shaped like black women. And I just start going crazy. I'm like, "Oh, girl, I want you, and I want you," and that's cool. But I shoot all their clubs up.
Mm-hmm.
Am I setting myself up to be finesse in the finesse capital?
Absolutely.
You've already been finessed if that's how you move it.
Thank you.
You ain't set yourself up. You was already finessed, but
again, that's a form of like me not understanding the reality of these women wouldn't rock with me if I didn't have the money in H-Town.
But
some
not
would.
even that, Dre. It's
Say it
beyond
again?
I said it goes beyond the money. Yeah, you always bring like a person that moves like that, their intentions ain't to do nothing but have sex. If that's your thought process. If you go somewhere as a man and it doesn't matter where you are, if you go somewhere as a man and you feel like because you got money, the bitches is gonna want to fall all over you. They are, but you are setting yourself up to deal with bitches that only want to fuck with niggas because they got money. And you already, and you, if you don't know, you gonna find out. Now, it don't take no 3 bitches that only fuck with niggas that got money to figure out that, oh, this bitch only dealing with me because I got money. You'll know after the first one. And if you keep dealing with that same type of woman, you can't be mad at the bitches. You keep choosing them.
But the
It
question
depends on
is,
what your objective is.
but
Depends
see,
on what
this is
your
my
That's
thing,
my
objective is.
though.
point.
This is my thing, though. Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick, right? Because you know about this a little bit, Randy. Fetty Wap, right? He got that record deal, sold him millions of dollars, and did what? Got 7 women pregnant within that year. Is that kind of like, is that just bad judgment, or is that a form of simping? Because that kind of tells me before that money, you couldn't get no chicks, and you kind of forgot that you couldn't get no chicks.
Of course, it was before then.
That's an example.
They was looking at that
both.
eye after that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
so that's to me, that's a simp.
Right.
He got that money. They was like, that eye kind of cute.
And that shows that it's more than one way to simp.
Thank you. That's my point.
But what I'm saying is, y'all, I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is just simply that a simp is a simp is a simp. The only difference with a simp and a regular dude is that the regular dude moves with integrity. A simp is moving by the flesh. It don't matter how much money you got. The bottom line
biblical on is by the flesh.
Yes, like keep it a buck.
Even in integrity, that could be a form of simping as well. Because why would you do that?
Integrity and simping in the same category.
You can, because if you are doing that and that chick ain't the type that care about that, then you are in a simping position.
But you won't even allow yourself to be there because you are a man of integrity. So you move with integrity. Can't no man come and do nothing in my house that I don't fucking allow him to do. And that's because I move with integrity. So it ain't nothing to kick it. It ain't nothing to talk about. If you move in a manner that don't match how I'm supposed to be moving on this earth, you gotta go. And that's just who I am now. But
that's right.
If you don't move with integrity, it's like you can't say that you're a man of integrity and you doing goofy shit. Let's keep it a buck.
Listen, you have no argument. I'm sure Obsession agrees with that.
Oh, I ain't fucking with Randy. She sound like she spit out raisins.
What's the opposite?
Randy smoked cigarette down to the filter.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
I'll just play.
She sound like she spit raisins out. Nigga.
He said you got you do the.
Hold on. If I spit raisins out, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
She hit you with that.
You're a hood chick in the 90s.
Like she hit you with that.
What's the opposite? What's the opposite of a simp?
A pimp.
What's the opposite of a simp?
A player.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be a
masculine man.
Player.
You know who's the opposite of a simp? My man Obsession.
Okay, so now
remember when we did that show? He said he was in Atlanta with this lawyer. She was talking that flim flam Willie Bobo. He said, "You a whole 5." That's the opposite of a simp.
So we're not going to include the master teacher of simp.
Oh my God! Here we go with the nonsense.
So, DMG, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Quinn.
So, all right. So we know what we kind of. I think we all agree about what a simp is, even though y'all say it's different levels of simp.
It is.
Okay. Okay. Right. So now my question is, let's talk about a man, like a real man, the type of man that, like, because I'm a regular woman. I make a decent living. I take care of myself.
Yes, you do.
And I've been married and I want to get married again. So the regular man, give me the regular dude that's the opposite of a simp.
Obsession.
Listen, I'm not a pimp.
No, I say the regular dude.
Like a regular dude.
I would say all four of the men that's on her.
I agree with that too.
Okay.
Even though Chris went against the grain talking about I was just playing.
Yo, wait, bro.
Nah, shout to Chris. He said what he was supposed to say.
Listen, this is my question for everybody. Let's say, whether we call it a masculine man, whether we call it, I ain't gonna say pimp because like Miss Lamb said, a pimp is a criminal. Whether it's a masculine man, whether it's a player, whether it's let's just say a masculine man or a player or somebody like the master teacher Obsession, right?
Yes, sir.
Do they ever slip into simp behavior?
Do the masculine man slip into the simp behavior?
I got a question for your ass.
That's a good question.
That's a good question,
brother.
I'm gonna say yes.
I got a question for Dre.
Share this video to y'all Facebook, y'all, because the Facebook video didn't air. So share it and
I got a question for Dre. I got a question for you, brother.
Go ahead.
If Nick Cannon is a simp,
yes, he is,
for dealing with them women.
Not for dealing with them, but go ahead.
Oh, well, okay, then for what?
For not understanding that they're looking at him as a meal.
All right, stop right there. That's good enough.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, that case,
if Nick Cannon is a simp,
is
our good brother, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, a simp?
No.
Tell me why.
Because there was a different society then, right? So, for example, he was a player because he was lying to. Hold on. He was lying to these women. He was saying, look, he said, hold on. Just the music, right?
Yes, it is.
Allah sent me to impregnate you and create a mighty nation. And if I do that, I will be a powerful man. No, I will not give you financial uplift. And no, you will not tell anyone they are my children. So what he did, he was just out there fishing vagina. Now,
but isn't that what simps do? Isn't that what simps do?
Hold on, Randy.
Isn't that what simps do?
Yeah, I need to know your stance on.
Hold on, Randy. But here's the thing, though, Randy. We know I shouldn't say that. You're gonna sit in the FOI. There's gonna be ninjas at my window.
Because if he's
there's gonna be ninjas at my window.
Let's go.
Look. Okay.
We all know what he did, brother.
He lied to these women. Number one. Number two, these women believed in him. So, but the difference was, me and you both know Elijah Muhammad went, hold on. I gotta, because I'm about to go to the ocean floor on this one. I'm about to go deep on this. You know, as a man, women love men of power and stature.
Nick Cannon.
But the difference is, bro, Nick Cannon should remember, like, bro, okay, like I said, I have no problem with him sleeping with all the women, but I do have a problem with putting these women, you're a target. So, like, why are you putting your seed into these women knowing that the system now,
you just said,
can dictate your finances after the fact?
You said.
That's all I'm saying.
Elijah Muhammad told these women, I will not give you financial compensation.
Right.
Nick Cannon is actually giving them financial compensation
because they wouldn't sleep with him if he wasn't. They weren't giving no kid if he wasn't.
Come on, brother.
This is my point. So hold on, everybody.
Your argument is blowing.
You don't.
No, it isn't.
Yo, Drake.
Everybody in this panel. Hold on.
Drake. You don't think Nick Cannon can pull?
No. Listen, what I'm saying, Chris. You telling me all of those women, if they didn't have financial gain off that, would deliver his child?
I don't know, bro. I seen them do less.
Say yes.
Listen what I'm saying.
Dre just said women like men of power.
Yes,
men of power.
But stop it.
Why
do you
think don't take it to the money now? It's one or the other.
Hold on. Why do you think money is power? Why do you think they are so willing to actually concede to him saying, I'm gonna have her pregnant, I'm gonna have her pregnant concurrently if they didn't see financial gain? Now, mind you, he could get the vagina. You know how I feel about that. He's Nick Cannon. They see him on Wildin' Out. He's tap dancing. He got a turban on his head. But if there was no financial gain in this, you telling me they're willingly going to just shoot out his kids like they're Tic Tacs.
Yo, but hold up, pause. I gotta jump in here. I gotta jump in. Let me jump in, y'all.
I'm gonna turn the music down for you, Randy. Go ahead.
As a woman, that I listen. What you're saying is true, right? It is true. I'll give you that. It's absolutely true. But in the same breath, from a woman's perspective, number one, I don't believe in abortion. So if I choose to lay down with a man and I lay down with this man not using a condom or even using a condom, I understand, and me and this man have already had a conversation, and we both understand that. Listen, if I end up pregnant, abortion is not on the table. It's not an option. I'm not changing my mind. Now that's just my responsibility in the matter. But the conversation, you can't necessarily say all these things out that aren't really subjective because you're not there. And as a woman, regardless of what the man pockets look like, maybe like it's so many things that can be said about it, where in the aspect of you gotta, like, they would be simps too. The women would be simps too in this case. In my opinion, because
in your opinion, I respect that.
They're laying down. They're choosing to lay down with this man.
They see financial gain. They see
Yo,
financial gain.
Yo, Dre.
Yeah.
So
I'm here, Chris. Go ahead.
Okay. So, do you know how many other women do that with a dude that don't have money like that?
I agree with you on that
Thank
point.
you, brother.
Listen, Chris. I agree with you on that point, right?
Yeah.
Now,
on Shalom, my brother Chris.
You're from Houston. You're from the North Side, correct?
I'm SWAT.
All right, okay. So
Southwest.
Let me ask you a question. Do you see more women do that with the drug dealer who they see financial gain with, or the guy working at Walmart?
Yeah.
All it takes is a pookie.
Exactly.
Honestly,
all pookies ain't got money.
So exactly, Chris. Yeah. So listen, at the end of the day, let's carve. Obsession is the master teacher, and I rocks with him for his pushback, right? But let's carve him out. Let's carve him out real quick, right? And understand that. Can we? I know Randy might not agree with this, but as men, you, Chris, me, DMG, right? If Nick Cannon if he was still in San Diego and didn't make it to the stature he was in, right? Would he be that type of guy?
I don't think so.
That's my point. So why can't you just listen? You can.
I'm just saying he was.
If he had 20 kids, right? Yeah. I'm not. That's not my point. But it's like, yo, that's what. Hey Mo, get ready to share your screen.
I can't agree with that. I'm gonna tell you why.
I understand. Hold on, Mo. Get ready to share your screen.
I'm gonna give you another point.
Share the Cannon screen. Go ahead.
It's the difference between a female getting with a dude, having a baby, and rolling the dice on whether that dude gonna pay child support, be there financially, etc. It's a difference between that and a man of means saying, "Have a baby by me, be a millionaire."
There you go.
And as a woman, if I was in that space where I was like, you know what, I can have another kid and you got money, let's go for it. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice.
What was the last statement you said, Randy? What was the last statement you said? And you got money?
I said, as a woman, yeah, and you got money because I take the chance every time.
And that goes back to my earlier argument of he is not operating from a place of powerlessness. That is my point, brother. It goes right back to that.
Nah,
because
I get what you're saying.
You equating simping with powerlessness, though.
Because that's what it is. When you are doing anything to curry favor with this woman, you are simping. That is what I'm talking about, brother. That's my point. That's my point. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Would you consider Harvey Weinstein a simp?
Harvey Weinstein. You know what? To be honest with you, I don't know enough about everything that went on with Harvey Weinstein. I know he was stealing money.
He's a weird old white man.
I don't even know how to contextualize that in this conversation.
Harvey Weinstein was a Hollywood producer who would tell women, if you want to get this role, you gotta do certain things.
I don't think. No, hold up. Let me answer the question. I don't think he was a simp. I think he was a predator.
I'll agree with that. Now I agree with that.
Yeah, he was a
He was a
weird
predator.
old white
I think he was a predator.
And let me show you why he's not a simp, DMG, because he understood he had to use his power as leverage, right, to get them. He kind of knew that outside of Hollywood, he couldn't get those women.
Yeah.
Right. He wasn't going to get no Angelina Jolie.
Right. So for that, DMG, I could see him being a total predator. And because to me, one of my things about Simps is, this is why I say Nick is, because like, yo, bro, I get it. You're not the ugliest man in the world, and you got money. But it's like, yo, these women, they looking at you like you're a meal. Like you are exactly a meal ticket.
But so
the drug dealer analogy? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, thank you. No, so let me ask y'all this. Well, not a scenario, right? Now, when my ex-husband and I were dating, right? Before my cousin knew that that he was dating me, my ex-husband was saying like how he would give me money to do stuff or whatever it is I wanted to do. And my cousin was ragging him. Oh, you giving a chick money, bop, wooty woo. And then when he said who it was he was dating, he was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. So he was a simp up until it mattered who he was simping for. So if you simping for a woman, or, you know, whatever the definition of simping would be, if you're simping for a woman that you love and you digging on, and she's reciprocating the same thing, are you still a simp?
Damn.
Like, what makes you not a simp?
Say that again. I think that's like a mutual relationship, right?
That's what that sound like to me. If y'all both into each other, that just sound like y'all together, y'all rocking.
Yeah.
You like it, she like it. Nobody has the upper hand in that situation.
It's kind of like this remind me of the question. You know how they say it ain't tricking if you got it.
Tricking is tricking.
But ain't it still tricking though?
Tricking is tricking.
That's what I'm saying. So it all goes back to just it being a very subjective thing.
I get what you're saying. I get
Dre analogy too with the drug dealer. I get that.
Yeah.
But how many drug dealers got money like that, bro?
Well, not now. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, not now, because it's different. It's different now.
It's the scammers now. The scammers got
I'm about to say, but even in that, like, you remember people, again, I feel like people that end up dealing with people like that are scamming, or even with drug dealers, because when you think about dealing with a drug dealer, I've dated drug dealers before. It's a lot of stuff that come with being a drug dealer's girlfriend that honestly I just wasn't prepared to deal with. So I immediately stopped dating drug dealers because I didn't want to deal with the stuff that came along with it. But again, I couldn't align to a drug dealer in a relationship because I knew that's not what I wanted to deal with. So it just circles back to it being subjective based on what it is that you're calling for, what it is that you're asking for. Because you could, you know what I'm saying? Like these women, if they're the type of women that, because there are women that will only date a man that has money. Facts. If you don't have money, you need not apply, period.
Facts.
And there are women that only date like that. So women that only date men like that, they're going to get a man like, let's say, Nick Cannon, that's kind of like, have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get those type of men. I don't think I would get a millionaire that walked up to me while I'm at my job and said, hey, baby, I want to take you away from this. Come have my kids. What?
You can have whatever you like.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it could happen, but I don't even want that type of man. So it all depends on what you want. Like these women, like the situation that was created, it happened because they all called for it and made it together. So that's why we're able to sit here and talk about it.
Well, you know what? I think we can put a needle in it, and we can say that we can agree to disagree. Some of us feel like there's levels to simping. You know, I feel like a simp is a certain thing. You know, I don't think anyone's right or wrong. I feel like, you know, we all make good points. All right. And before we pack it up, right, I got another question. This is for the men and the women, right? have you ever felt like you were out of the person who was pursuing you league? I want to start with the fellas, because I know, you got some women that have been trying to holler at you, right? Have you ever felt like, nah, I'm about a 7 or 8, this chick is about a 5? Do men feel that way? Who want to chime in first?
Go ahead, DMG. Well, not DMG, you married. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, no, the reason I said most definitely was because I got a kid by a woman who I shouldn't have a kid by.
Okay, go ahead.
That's not my wife, but sometimes we get in our ego, and we try to prove things to people we need not prove them to. If the men following me, and the women too, and so I found myself in a situation with a sister, and this grown people show, right?
Absolutely.
So, go ahead. My body was telling me, this ain't what you need to be doing, but my ego, got the best of me, and I ended up. Now I got a 24-year-old child out the mix when I never should even entertain the situation. So, we definitely, had those situations. So yeah, that happens.
All right, Dre, you in here, huh?
So the question is again, did I ever feel like
have you ever been pursued by a woman who you felt you were out of her league and she shouldn't even been trying to holler at you?
No.
Never.
Never.
All right, Chris, what about you?
Chris, you unmute your mic.
Oh no, I said no.
Oh, never.
No.
So all the women that have pursued you all, you felt like they were on your level. Like you ain't never feel like, I shouldn't be messing with this girl.
Correct. Thankfully, correct.
Thankfully. All right. Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm moving to the ladies. Randy.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I dated a man that I felt like he was kind of out of my league.
Interesting.
And I was a little bit intimidated on like, oh man, I got to make sure I kind of got this together because he had money, and I saw the type of chicks that he used to deal with, and I'm like, clearly I'm not an Instagram model. So what is he? But I went along with it. I had a good time. But yeah.
How long did it last?
Actually it lasted for almost a year. It was kind of an on and off thing, and we had a good time together.
Okay, now when you say good time, explain good time. Are we just talking physical, or were you actually doing things together, going on trips?
We didn't really. No, it was nothing like that. We just we kicked it together a lot, and we did a lot of the same things that I like to do, like chill, have conversations like this, but it was just me and him. Smoke, and it was definitely a lot of physical. So it was a good time.
Yo, you gotta.
Did you hear the giggle when she said a lot of physical? You heard the little giggle. There's a lot of physical. Ooh, did we take it in, Randy? Did you reminisce a little bit, Randy?
Like a hot second, real quick.
Hot second. I heard it.
I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna. We have mutual friends, and I'm like, yo, so, he can still come home, right? It's all right.
Hey, real quick, Randy. Are you free tonight to shave my back?
Yo,
Yo,
did Dre tell you that? Did Dre tell you that story?
Yes, you told us.
No, Obsession wasn't on with us when I told that.
I think he heard it.
Wait, she shaved
so
someone's
busted.
back?
Let me tell Obsession real quick, and I'm gonna shut up.
This is hilarious.
So
tell this story.
I was kind of dating this older guy, like older than me, literally 60. But disclaimer, he was a nice looking 60.
All right, he was well preserved. All right,
yes, in shape, eat right, all that, whatever. So I was throwing it at him for a while. He didn't pick up. Finally, he picked it up. And my intentions when I met him was like, ooh, I would give it to him. So I ended up doing that. And it wasn't all that. I decided that I wasn't going to mess with it no more.
Damn, Clyde.
And and hold up and look, and I didn't ghost him. I was very responsible because you know I'm a Gemini, so I was very responsible about this. I didn't ghost him. I told him what it was. I'm good. He didn't catch on. Still texting me. I get a random text message on a Friday night. On a Friday night, y'all can't see me because I don't want to be seen, but I know I look good. I know I'm beautiful. It's not, it's not
like
my
a
ego.
box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That it just is what it is, right?
Oh,
so
right.
on a Friday night, you text my phone and ask me if I would like to come over and shave your back.
How is this man gonna call you with Tuesday night activities on a Friday?
Exactly. That in and of itself was the insult. Sir, it is a Friday night. Do you think
my God, that is hilarious.
that I
Walter was
want to
good,
spend
bro.
my Friday night shaving your back? What?
He was going.
That is wife. That is wife.
He was going to go ahead and give them $40.
Randy,
No, I don't pay funky ass $40. My weed costs $50. What
he was gonna give them $40.
Come on, Randy.
$50 in your purse. He'd have left $50.50 on the nightstand.
No, he would have had. No, he would have had to buy. He would have had to buy me at least a zip to come shave his back.
Zip?
Yes.
Oh my God.
$50 for shaving your back.
That nigga said,
That's
ratchet around there and give me my medicine.
My husband. If my husband said, baby, shave my back all day, daddy, I got you. Because I would ask my husband to shave my box if I couldn't reach it.
You fat?
If he would have asked you that prior to,
you fat?
Would you have done it?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
What if he'd have made a night of sweet love to you and after y'all finished?
First of all, I didn't even. First of all, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Y'all know I'm silly, and this is one of these why I should be using my real name. But I didn't even give him. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I didn't even give him the box that I know I had.
Oh.
What did you give him then?
Oh, I just wanted a nut, so that's what I got.
So you got a replacement.
So all right. So in other words, you were on top.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. But no, that's the thing. Even while I was on top, he still didn't get the box that I know I had.
Yeah, because you just wanted to get your shit off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of selfish, Randy.
No, that's
selfish.
The truth.
Shame
because
on you, Randy.
Hold up, wait, pause, time out. I didn't tell y'all how he set the evening up. How he said he didn't set the evening up with intentions on really being with me. He had the intentions on just getting a nut because the nigga ain't even had no food set up. I couldn't smoke in his house. I had to go outside and smoke. You know, I could have really stayed home. Exactly. I could have stayed home for this.
Yo.
Hey, Dre, master teachers, Dre and Obsession. On that note, I thank y'all for having me.
Yeah. We about to jump off. I'm just gonna let Mello answer. Mello, as Obsession call her, Moonbeam. She jumped in late.
Oh, Moonbeam is here. All right.
She jumped in late.
What's good, Moonbeam?
So
peace.
So Mello, Obsession has asked this question: have a man ever approached you that you felt like he was out of your league? Meaning you were out of his league, so you were basically the catch and he wasn't.
Hold up, I'm out of his league. Oh, okay, I got you. Yes, I have. Oh gosh, and it always be them old dudes too. What is it?
They need someone to shave their back.
Yeah,
what you say there, Moonbeam? What you say there?
Yes, I have, and I just declined it. Like I was saying in the chat, like we really, if the D is good, it don't matter if the dude got money or not. A woman gonna give it up if she, especially if she already knows she want it, and then if she get it and it's good. That you know how many June bugs I know that got like 13 kids and they ain't got not one job.
That's hood life. That's hood life.
All right,
but
Moonbeam.
But Moonbeam, But you also said to me in Obsession that you got to get hit upside the head with an encyclopedia before you can give up the vagina. Like your mind got to be stimulated.
Look, okay, not an encyclopedia. He just got to have a good connection.
once again, layman's terms, he has to lie to you. He has to lie to
Moonbeam.
Right.
This nigga love calling her Moonbeam.
Not at all.
But,
Come on to Finesse Town then.
This was an interesting conversation. If y'all want to later on tonight, a Mo, if you can, and Chris and DMG, I want to do okay. The title will be for Andre After Dark. Is Puffy right? Is R&B is dead, and is it a good thing for masculine men? And then we're gonna go through all the simp songs, most of the simp songs that put men in a bad position.
Damn, man, I wish I had the time to jump on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Obsession need to be a part of that.
I'm gonna see if I can make the time.
Because what happened was Obsession said it. I think it was Lord Abba, Obsession, and DMG both brought up all the songs they sung when their heart was broken. I even chimed in on that. So it gave me an idea for tonight. If I can do it.
I got one.
Yeah.
I want
to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be real interesting. So DMG around like 9 o'clock tonight, well, 8 o'clock your time, we'll do like a simp Rushmore of R&B songs that was like that ruined masculine. If R&B is dead, then we need to have that discussion. Is that necessarily a bad thing for men? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Because men don't know how to communicate. Men don't know how to communicate sometimes, and I think they communicate via song. Okay. I think they use songs to
don't know how to communicate. We're gonna have to.
Yo, so go ahead.
We're gonna have to leave you with this one.
This is what we're gonna leave you with.
Uncle Sam. 107.5 WBL, kicking a whole lot of S. We see y'all tonight.
Yo, I'll see y'all tonight.
All right, Dre.